Cool. And we are recording. Hi there, folks. Welcome to week 2 for the month of August. Oh, I gotta double check. Yeah, audio level's good, and we are recording. Okay. Yeah, we're working on this tune, Big Black Car. Hopefully you guys got a chance to check out the recording. Are there any questions, comments, concerns regarding this tune? Pretty straightforward. Rhythm, a chord progression, but you gotta switch fast for most of the song, right? Moving through that. So we'll do a quick review just to warm up, and then we shall get into some new stuff today. Oh, my hip flat. Wow, that felt intense. Sorry, that dismount. I stuck the landing, but that dismount was real rough. Okay, cool. Let's review the chords. We got a C minor here. We got a B flat here. We got an A flat here. Oh, sorry, didn't mute us. Give us a zoom and mute. And then E flat.
Oh, you need original sound.
Yes, thank you for all the reminders. There we go. All right, let's try that again. C minor, B flat, A flat, and I've got a question. Did we discuss that? Yeah, we discussed that in the last one, right? Let me double check something. I just want to, real quick. How does our E flat look in here? Our E flat is... No, we did it for the intermediate. Yeah, we kept it. So this is our E flat until we start to get into the newer stuff today. Cool, so we got C minor, B flat, A flat, and E flat, right? Since we got to split these measures anyway, let's try 2 counts on each. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Let's try again. 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick suggestion here. We can just think of this as a substitution. If this just feels better for you, easier for you to do, you can always do this barred version, missing the hat, top string open if you want. But this is a good chord shape to kind of know. But I would say this is that they both sound great. And you're also setting yourself up for learning kind of the riff sections of this tune if you want to play the E flat that way. So on this rotation, you can choose playing an E flat here or playing an E flat here. 1, 2, ready, 2 counts each. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and switch. Now let's finish C minor. Beautiful. Let's remind ourselves of the rhythm. What we're going to play first is swung 8ths, missing the 3, 1 and 2. Ah, ah, da, da, 1, 2, ah. And now let's replace the first beat with this pick. C, up, down, up, down, up, C, up, down, up. I'm going to call it some chords. We're not going to quite play the progression quite yet, but it's just to get our hands used to it, our ears starting to get familiar with the sound of the chords. Here we go. C minor. B flat. A flat. And you choose any of those E flats. And let's go one measure apiece. C minor, B flat, A flat, and E flat. Beautiful. All right, let's talk about how we're actually playing this in tune. Just a quick review. We're trying and of 2 is where we're switching, right? So let's try C minor to B flat, just that. And the rhythm. Start over. And just loop that for a second. Beautiful. Last time. And now let's switch to the second 2 chords. A flat, E flat. A flat, E flat. Good. Or you can like that. Either one. I personally think for the advanced aficionado out there, this switch can actually offer a little bit of just work, you know, just a little bit of like learning how to play that chord progression, because I think the bar is so simple, but it's nice to have both of them, right? You can kind of either or, an and and. All right, now we try it. C minor to B flat, and then A flat to E flat. Here we go. Ready? And A flat, E flat. Nice. C minor, B flat, A flat, and E flat. Beautiful. Last time. And finish here on 1. Nice, awesome. So the majority of this tune is going to be that little action. So make sure that you have that locked in. Make sure after it's locked in, you're starting to learn how to sing and play over it, or even better, starting to hum a melody while you're working on it at the same time, right? C minor, B flat, A flat, E flat. Each verse you're going to repeat that 4 times. Cool? Any questions? All right, we got a little bit into the bridge last time, and the chorus is kind of the same idea. It's really when you kind of open up the chords and you sit on chords for longer, right? So now you're going to play one whole rotation for each one of these chords. You can see most of the bridge is a B flat on that first line, moving to E flat, B flat, and then C minor. Cool? Let's give that a try, and remember, it's just the rhythm sitting on each chord. 1, 2, ready, the bridge, through the corn crows come like E flat rain, they won't stay. C minor, they won't stay. Oh, what's this chord? Cool, G minor. And one of the things is you're coming from a C minor. If you use the ring finger as the anchor, you can just drop an F chord kind of in the wrong position to find that G minor. From there, moving to the E flat, you can just shift that ring finger up. So let's try that transition one time. C minor, ring finger as the anchor to G minor, shift up, middle finger. Let's try one more. And then shift up. Beautiful, cool. Let's try this again. 2, 3 from the C minor, G minor for too long, E flat. Now this could be flat, all that we know, to F, all love and all. F, yeah? Yeah. Kind of the odd man out there. It's a little bit of a dissonant sound, but that F chord is what we want to end with. Cool? Bridge, pretty straightforward. I don't think it needs a ton of explanation. So let's talk about the chorus, and then we'll talk about where all of these things go. So one thing you want to notice about the chorus is that, you know, it's pretty standard, 4-bar progression, kind of shifting between all of these chords, but you'll notice that that B flat outside, it's not really like a second ending. You're not replacing it with anything. It's more like a suspension. You're just hanging on the B flat for a little bit longer. So you go B flat, A flat, E flat, B flat. When you repeat, you play B flat for that last chord, and then you're going to play another measure of B flat before you switch back. Cool? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Through the car, A flat, the volt. Watch them E flat burn, round and around. And we repeat. All knew of love was just a sunset and some clowns. Another measure. Oh, oh, oh. Back to C minor. Right, then we switch back into that verse section. Make sense? That chorus, it's, you know, like I said, it's pretty straightforward, but a lot of times what we'll do is like parentheses like this, like second ending replacing. This is just play through once, play through a second time, hop to the outside to play that last chord before you switch to the next section. Cool. Moving quick here. Any questions? No? Feel good? Awesome. All right. Intro riff. Didn't talk about that yet. Verse 1, we're playing kind of that faster switch that we started the warm-up with. Let's move into the riff section. Cool. Riff section is playing this melody. Okay, now when you hear this riff section, it's basically kind of a breather, right? When I finish one of the verses, you were a miracle, just just holding your space. Yeah, you hear it's just like a little before. Well, time has a way of throwing all in your face. And you're into the next verse. Cool. So let's map this out. We're going to be doing is starting on a C minor chord like this. Now what we're going to play is this. 1, 3, 1 on the E string. Go ahead and find that. Now after you've found that riff, what you're going to do is basically pivot through a bunch of different shapes, because in this intermediate version, what we're doing is we're kind of strumming every one, every hit, every note of the melody, but we're actually kind of feeling in our left hand like we're moving between chords, because every one of these is happening on a downbeat. So the melody actually hits quarter notes most of the time. It goes da, 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 da. But that second one sounds like a triplet. One, triplet, ba, ba, bum, bum, bam, bum. That's the melody, right? And it's all hitting on quarter notes, so pretty even except for that triplet that we just went over. Now from here, we hold a full C minor, which is middle, ring, pinky. Obviously, you might have learned this way, but for this sake, we're going to do this. So we're going to play this. Now we're going to take it off for the C minor we've been playing. Now we're going to reach up to the G string, 3rd fret, off, 3rd fret here, and off. Cool, so we're basically moving from here to here to off to 3rd fret to off. And you can hear that melodic line is kind of getting inferred inside of the strumming, and we're reinforcing the chord each time, and we're keeping our rhythm. Really, really straightforward chord melody section here. Cool? I said chord melody. I haven't said that term in so long. I meant solo, little solo section. Here we go. 1, 2, nice and slow. We go chord, triplet, 1, 3, 1. Now middle finger, up, off, 3rd fret G string, off, on 3rd fret, and back off. Let's try again. Here we go. Strum, 1, 3, 1, 3rd fret here, off, on, off, on, and off. Cool? Make sense? Any questions? All right, let's give it a try. 2, 3, 4. And chord, 1, 3, 1. Now strum here, strum off, on, off, on 3, and off. Let's try again. Strum, triplet, 1, 3, 1, full C minor, off, 3rd fret G string, off, and then back on 3rd fret, and then off. Cool? One more time. 2, 3, 4. Riff, 1, 3, 1, 3, 0, C string, 3, G string, off, then 3, 0 on the C string again. Here we go. Nice. 2 more times. Here we go. Strum, 1, 3, 1, on, off, on, off, on, and off. Last time. Finish here. Beautiful. Cool. So I just want to hear or have you listen real quick. Basically what I'm playing is like this line here into the riff, into the verse, because I really think of this riff not as like a standout, kind of like, oh, listen to this new section. It's more like a little connective thread. It's almost like a miniature kind of bridge. That's what it feels like to me, connecting 2 different parts of a song, or the same part of the song into the next section of that same part, right? Verse 1 into verse 2. Cool, so I'll play the last line. You were a miracle. I was just holding your space. Here's the riff. And then back into verse. Well, time has a way of throwing it all in your face. Cool? Make sense? All right, so yeah, this little riff connector goes from verse 1 to verse 2. Then we use a riff to get us into the bridge. Cool? So that bridge we were going over, this is really more just kind of strumming through full versions of each of these chords, right? Make sense? Awesome. From there, no connector between this one and this one, right? This goes from the bridge. This. All we knew of love was just some. Wait. Oh, I'm in a different spot. Oh, yeah. That we know of love and all. Straight into the verse. Well, you were a dancer and I was a ring. Right? So there's no bridge connector there. Cool. Bridge into verse 3. And now we've got these little sections, this little intro riff here. All right. Sweet. So we'll go over that. Any questions, comments, concerns so far? Feeling pretty good? Sweet. All right. For this intro riff for this tune, it's really just kind of following a little bit of a picking pattern. So let's go over that first. What we're going to do is put our thumb on the C string. We're going to put our pointer finger on the E string, and then we're going to put our middle finger on the A. And really, this is just kind of playing eighth notes, but we're playing in a kind of descending pattern. And when I say descending, ascending pattern, what we're doing is starting on the lowest note, moving to the next note, and then a higher note, right? So I'm moving downwards across the strings, but ascending in pitch, right? So I go C, E, and A. Go ahead and find those strings C, E, and A. Now let's see if we can try that with a little bit of a swung feel. Just like that. C, E, A. Cool? C, E, A. C, E, A. Now what we want to do is basically double that. C, E, A, C, E, A, C, E. Just like that. C, 1, a 2. I'm doing that wrong. Hold on a second. I wrote this wrong. That's what happened. Balls. I need to make a little bit of an edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually teach this in the way that I need to edit the sound slice. And just if you're trying to look online, it should be adjusted by the time the recording comes out. Cool? So what we're going to play is this. C, E, E, C, E, A. I lied. Sorry. Disregard what I'm about to say. I'm not going to change the edit. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. Yeah, we're basically running through the eighth notes, but you're moving C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. See how on the second rotation what I do? On the second rotation, what I'm doing is I'm moving backwards through that picking pattern, right? So the first time I ascend C, E, A, I start over at C, C, E, A, E, C, and then I'm going to go backwards. Cool? C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. And that's going to get us all the way through the first part of this. C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. 1, 2, ready again. C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. 1, 2, ready. Here we go. C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. 1, 2, ready again. C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. Beautiful. Let's try that with C minor chord. Ready. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, last time. All right, now what we're going to try is this. We're going to try switching. We're going to switch into our second chord on the second ascending picking pattern. 2, 3, 4. C, E, A, B flat. 1, 2, already, here we go. 1, 2, ready again. 2, ready, last time. Nice. Okay, so that is it for the first half of our progression. Remember, what we're doing is we're trying to imitate the chord progression. We're just playing in a little bit of a fancier way, okay? So remember that picking pattern. C, E, A, C, E, A, E, C. Kind of moving backwards. Awesome. All right, now for the second rotation, what we're going to do is we're going to start with that picking pattern, but we're actually going to add some strumming to it, okay? So what we're going to play is C, E, A, up, up, down, up. So now we're playing more of what the regular rhythm is. We're just substituting that picking pattern for the downs and ups, right? So C, E, A, up, down, up. C, E, A, up, down, up. Start the picking pattern and then go up strum quarter note, right? Nice. C, E, A, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 4 and C, E, A, up, down. Last time. Good. All right, let's try that same thing, but now we're going to hold an A flat chord and we're going to try to shift into the E flat chord halfway in between. We're going to pick the A flat and then we're going to switch to the E flat on the up strum. Now remember, we're not picking anymore. That up strum is the quarter note and we're going to strum through that E flat. Make sense? All right, let's give it a try. Nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, A flat, up strum, up, down, up, pick, nice, pick, strum, beautiful, good, pick, and switch, nice, last time. Do you hear that little last element I added? So what I'm doing here is something really, really, like, it's very subtle. See how I shifted my middle finger from the 3 to the 2 for the last beat, right? So on 4 and, instead of it being an E flat chord, it pivots into a G minor. Now I want you to know that adding this before you've got the rest of the riff down, it can be more, right? And so work these things in sections. You can always stay in E flat too. These are minor little additions, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play it exactly how it's written. I'm going to go C, E, A, up, down, up. Cool, so we do that little move to G minor on the last bit. Let's go ahead and play it in a loop, but we're going to take a beat of 4 in between. 1, 2, ready, and C, E, E, up, switch, up. 2, ready, again. C, E, A, E flat, and G minor. 2, ready, again. A flat, E flat, to G minor. 2, 3, 4. 2. Ready? Last time. Let's see if we can loop it. And let's end here. Now just take a listen. Kind of hearing it? Now, it's really interesting because, like, there's a big part of me that's just like, use the beginner version of this as an intro. Just play the chord progression a couple times before you start, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're moving C minor to B flat, A flat to E flat, right? So the intro could be... And that's it. You were fun. And then you start singing, right? Very classic way to introduce this. But if you listen to the recording of this, there's a lot of very intricate things. And really what we're trying to do is take a mosaic of all of these musical ideas and see if we can just touch on them. Just one at a time, right? Let's see here. Big black car. Yeah, it's queued up.
You were a phonograph, I was a kid outside with an ear close, just listening.
We're trying to pick up on that bass movement because you hear how sparse this intro is. It's really two instruments, right? It's a guitar and a bass. But what's really cool about this is it's like they're almost playing two riffs against each other. So what our job is to do, since we don't have a free hand to play bass or something, right? Like we're trying to kind of like incorporate elements of this as we get a little bit more advanced, right? In the advanced arrangement, we take it a little bit further and we're trying to incorporate that little hammer-on lick. That little da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, we're trying to like pick up on all of these elements and see if we can kind of sprinkle in the feel of each one of those. Cool? So that little move from... We're trying to emulate that bass movement that's happening in the original recording. Make sense? Okay, cool. Let's see if we can review the first section, which is this. Remember, that's really just that picking pattern C-E-A, C-E-A-E-C, right? Just that swung eighth feel. Let's review the picking pattern just for good measure. 2, 3, 4, C-E-A, C-E-A-E-C. 2 and ready again. C-E-A, C-E-A-E-C. Last time, here we go. C-E-A, C-E-A-E-C. Cool, let's see if we can try to add the chord C minor, B flat. Here we go. C-E-A, C-E-A-E-C. Cool, now let's review the second section. We jump to A flat, we start with the picking, C, E, A, we switch chords, up strum, up, down, up as we move to that. Yeah, let's try again. 2, 3, 4, A flat, E flat to G minor. Cool. Let's see if we can combine these two. Here's the big moment. 2, 3, here we go. Pick, switch, A flat, start with the picking, E flat to the G minor. Oh my God, pretty close. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, C minor, A flat, E flat, and strum. Nicely done. Now what's really cool about this is that if we can master this riff, if we can get it to the point where we're not thinking about it, guess what? It actually goes really well with the verse. You were a phonograph, you were a phone, right? We can actually play that for the verse as well. Now, that's a lot to ask, right? To be able to do all of that finger picking, but it doesn't mean you can't take elements out of it, right? Because I would say this is that maybe if I'm playing, that's a really easy element to add into the main strumming of the chorus, and you're kind of picking up on one of the most, I think, like one of the most, like, I hate to use the word iconic, but it's like part of the song, you know what I mean? Hearing that bass line, like if I skip a little bit forward in the recording, you know, you can still hear them in, right? It's a part of the song. Here is that riff that we were working on. Boom, da 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 do do, oh,
World time has a way of throwing it all in your face.
Still kind of hearing that little pivot. So maybe you don't want to take the picking and use that in the verse, but this little section where you're, you know, kind of, you know, that's a really easy thing to steal and rob and really add a lot of what the original flavor was into the tune, right? Because you're kind of like, it's this little mix in between, right? It's like, are you playing chords? Are you moving from E flat to G minor? Or is the progression E flat and you're just adding a little bass note that you hear, right? It's a really gray line that's I think very interesting to play with and think about. Cool. Let's try a few more rotations. And remember, getting these things to gel together, it's a big ask in one class, but, you know, being able to do them separately, that's where we want to start. Combining them together, that's where we want to move to, okay? Nice and slow. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, Ready? Here we go. C, E, A, switch. Sorry, my bad. I forgot the picking pattern. 2, 3, 4. Nicely done. Let's see if we can put it in a loop, but I'm going to take the tempo even slower. 2, 3, 4, and C, E, A. E flat to G minor. C minor. And finish on C minor. Beautiful! Cool. That's it in terms of content for the intermediate version, right? Now I want you to know something, is that taking elements of this can be a really important concept, right? Like you could say to yourself, for the intro, that finger picking is really throwing me off. I can just pivot that E flat to G minor, right? You can take one or two of those. Really what you're looking for is just a break from singing, just a little break from singing in that introduction, and then coming into it. You're introducing the chord progression. We're just doing it in a more intricate way. Does that make sense? And then when you move into the verse and start singing, you can take as many of those elements as you want away to make it easier to sing and play to, and then try to bring them back the next time this happens. Okay, so that little section that we were working on happens in this intro riff. Now there's one more place in the tune where that intro riff happens, and it's here at the end of the verse. Normally what we do is go into a riff, normal riff, but we're going to actually pivot back into this, and then we're going to go into the chorus, okay? And that chorus section was what we mentioned here, which is like this repeating and then the kind of hanger B flat. Make sense? I'll just play that little section so you can kind of hear it through. End of verse 3. Love was a country we couldn't defend. Intro riff. Watch them go, and then we're into our chorus. Make sense? Cool? So that intro riff happens twice, and then the other riff happens 3 times. Here, here to separate some things, and then we out with it. Cool? Whew. That was a lot of information. I don't know if it's just because I'm exhausted from having COVID. It feels like there's holes in my brain or something, but yeah, that felt like a lot. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for navigating through that. And remember, this is being recorded, so you can always go back and check out stuff if you forget. Cool. Any questions before we get out of here? It's nice to see you. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk later. Goodbye, guys. Bye-bye.